Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Impact Marketing Summit. I brought together some of the world's top marketing experts to share with you their new age marketing strategies and techniques that will literally change the way you perceive and implement marketing in your day to day business. My name is Vamsi Pannala, and right now I'm delighted to be speaking with Rob Orr. Rob Orr is an award winning web designer, developer, teacher, and digital strategy expert who credits his 15 years of experience and laser focused on client satisfaction as the main reasons he can label dozens of 7 and 8 figure business owners as customers and friends. Rob is the author of his popular DIY handbook, The Ultimate WordPress Blueprint, a training manual for building and deploying WordPress sites, as well as several marketing, copywriting, and technical guides. As these resources inevitably culminated into Rob's successful WordPress rapid deployment platform, wplaunch.com, that has allowed his clientele to go from ideation to fast lane success in record time. But Rob is perhaps most proud of the fact that he loves getting his hands dirty, having personally built hundreds of websites, launched dozens of brands, and numerous deeply customized e commerce shops of all sizes. As an instructor, Rob has led several live training classes and workshops, guiding business owners through the benefits of online marketing techniques, how businesses can use SEO to their benefit and profit, teaching bloggers and entrepreneurs the secret of online business, and has hosted WordPress mastermind forums for entrepreneurs of all types. Rob's current labor of love is the Agency Hackers Academy, a cutting edge coaching program specifically designed to help freelancers, agencies, and web developers capitalize on the under the radar secrets that attract high quality, big budget clients. His students walk away with the blueprint for a lucrative digital services business designed to maximize profits, all without the burden or benefit of building a big brand name. Perhaps most impressive is that Rob loves to balance his work by conjuring virtuoso guitar solos and working hard to cement his favorite titles of Awesome Husband and Super Cool Dad. Rob, welcome to the summit.
Hi, Vamsi. Really here. I'm honored to be part of this and honored that you for this. What I wanted to talk to you about and talk with your guests about is a concept, a framework that I've been working on over the last several months. Before we get into what that is, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So when I first got started in this, my daughter had just been born. She's 15 now. And, digital marketing, web design and development, all that stuff was completely different than it was or the way it is now. And it was really hard to find good resources. It was really hard to find, all of the different pieces of the puzzle that you needed to put together in order to put together something that was going to be successful. There's lots of trial and error, and there are lots of gurus, and you didn't know who to trust. You didn't know where to turn. You didn't know which resources would work, which resources wouldn't. And it was really super confusing. And so I spent a long time working through all of these various different hurdles, all of the various different challenges that come along with that, and have, over the years, I became a web developer instead of being, focused so much on marketing. But I figured out over time that there are 7 critical pieces that are a part of every successful online business. Doesn't matter whether it is a small business, doesn't matter whether you're a digital marketer, doesn't matter whether you are a brick and mortar store that's trying to go online for the first time. There's 7 key components that you have to put together in order to build a successful business online. And once I figured these things out, it's made all the difference in the world, not only for me and my business and the things that I do, but for my customers and my clients as well. So that's what I want to get into today. And what I'm calling these is the 7 pillars of digital marketing. So that's the plan that I want to get into and talk about today.
Sure, Rob. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to go ahead and start working through all of these various different pieces. So there are 7 critical pieces, like I mentioned before, and I'm going to give you an introduction to this concept, but we're going to spend most of our time on one of the 7 because I think this is a good place for us to get started and find something that you can actually build on. So, all right, let's go ahead and see if we can get this moving. So, pillar number 1, this is when it comes to getting started online, depending on which market niche that you came into online business through, you're going to figure, or you're going to hear different approaches. So if, for instance, if you are part of the digital marketing community and ClickFunnels, you're going to hear that you need to have a sales funnel, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're a blogger, then you're going to hear that you need a WordPress site.
Yeah.
And if you are a YouTuber, obviously you need to start building your channel, start building out your videos, and both of those things are kind of independent of what you would do on your YouTube channel. You may or may not have to even have an independent website if that's where you're coming in from. So it depends on the community that you're coming in from that will dictate the kind of platform that you need to get started. But what I'm going to talk about today is creating this central platform from which any kind of business can build from, that will serve your YouTube channel well. It's going to serve your sales funnels well. It's going to it's going to be an absolute boon for your blog. You'll be able to do all kinds of stuff. And what I call this central platform is simply a platform funnel. And a platform funnel is a place online that you own that is central, that that you own and control the space, and it's where you begin to build your personal brand. So the big thing about starting in other different platforms is you don't always have total control over that, right? For instance, if you use ClickFunnels, you are using Russell's platform, paying them a monthly fee. Everything that you do for your sales funnels inside of ClickFunnels comes and is provided by that service. Yeah. So same thing goes if you're a YouTuber, right? If you're a YouTuber, then all of your videos are on your YouTube channel. So if somebody Googles your name, you need to be able to appear in the results for that search. And a platform funnel is what this does. I've been working on this concept for a while, and this idea was completely validated for me when I went to Funnel Hacking Live this year. There was a session of training that was called, talked about what they call shadow funnels. And the shadow funnel concept is this idea that when somebody, for instance, if you're running ads to a funnel that you've got, then you need to be able to capture as much of that traffic as possible, right? But in reality, what the metrics show is that some of the traffic leaks, right? You convert some of that traffic and they go into your funnel and they buy your product. But the vast majority of it, 90+% of that traffic bounces from your funnel. So what happens with that? And that's what's called, where this idea of a funnel hub comes from, is the idea that you need to have a central place where you control, where you can appear in the search rankings, and then you can promote your content, whether it's a podcast, a YouTube, or a video channel of some kind, or written blog post. The platform funnel is your central home base online where you control the space, and then you link everything up to. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So number 2, the second pillar that I want to talk about is great content, right? So regardless of what kind of business that you have online, the pillar of your brand comes from the content that you create, right? So people need to learn and to understand who you are and why they should trust you. And one of the ways that they do that is is by creating content, right? Steve Larson talks about this a lot in the One Funnel Away Challenge, that we should be publishing something every single day. And Russell talks about it as one of the elements of the first steps
Yeah.
of the One Funnel Away Challenge is the commitment he asks of you to create something every single day for 365 days. But in reality, what I see is that people struggle with this stuff. They struggle with creating content. They don't know what to talk about. They're not sure what channel that they need to be on. But if you want to do this right, you have to figure it out, and you've got to get started. And we'll talk more about this here in just a bit. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll come back to this. One of the things that is key to doing your platform funnel well is to be publishing. So we'll come back to this here when we get back to talking more about what platform funnels are. So moving on, pillar number 3. Once you've got a central place that you control online, that is your platform hub, or your funnel platform, you need to have great content on that platform. And then you also need to find something that you can use that's going to serve your audience. So this is something that you can do that is going to deliver additional value to your audience. So part of the pillars of your digital marketing efforts is going to be, a website. It's going to be the great content, and then it's going to be an offer for those people that are part of your audience that want to take things further, right? There's only so much that we can do as content creators in a one-to-many kind of ratio. So, for instance, I get questions into my inbox all the time, from various different people asking different things about, WordPress plugins or digital marketing questions or YouTube questions even. And, I can answer those things to a certain extent, but I don't have the capacity to serve as deeply as I would like to. So we take our expertise and create products and services out of these things. So it could be something like, a membership website, or it could be a course or some kind of downloadable guide that you can create that will help people to understand and to take the next steps in their pursuit of their goals using the expertise that you're providing to them, right? So Russell Brunson talks about this a lot in the concept of the value ladder. So, you're able to serve lots of people at the free level, right? And then you can offer additional training for people that are willing to put some skin in the game and, buy a book. So you can serve a smaller segment of that audience. And then, you go from, that to, the way he described it was, the DIY approach is kind of tier 1. The done with you approach is kind of the tier 2, and tier 3 is the done for you approach. And that's where you get into the high ticket one-to-one kinds of services that you can offer through your platform, through your funnel, through your digital brand. Hopefully that makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right, pillar number 4. So we've talked about, you need a website, you need great content, and you need something to sell. But pillar number 4 is the mechanism by which you deliver that. So what I used to see a lot of in the early days when I was first getting started with my online business was that, people would just put stuff out there for sale. There was no sales funnel approach to this. In my background, after I graduated from Florida State, I actually spent several years working in business-to-business sales. And, one of the things that they were always talking about was keeping your funnel full and then having things to offer to people that were able and willing to be able to take the next step. And a sales funnel does just that. You can actually do some really cool stuff with online sales funnels. So this is where, like, for instance, the recent one that Russell has run, which is for traffic secrets, right? You can get a free copy of the book, just pay the shipping and handling, and they'll send that to you. But then you also have the opportunity immediately thereafter to get the trilogy book set, the box set that he is promoting. And then from there, there's various different upsells that you can have. And for somebody who's just getting started, you want to have something like this in place, even if it's just a starter intro offer with like a lead magnet, and then something that is up to maybe like $50 with the opportunity to do an order bump. And it gives you this opportunity to sell in a an incrementally greater way as people engage with you through the sales funnel. And for years I've been doing this, and once you see, I've been taught that once you see that somebody enters your funnel, they enter a state of hyper, what's the word I'm looking for? Hyper engagement, right? They're far more inclined to engage with you after that first step, once they've initially taken that step. So what you do with your online sales funnel is you present them with incrementally greater offers for them to be able to take their knowledge and experience with you in a greater way. So that's pillar number 4, is a mechanism for you to deliver products and services that are going to help you and your target audience and take the learning to a greater level.
Yeah.
All right. Pillar number 5, I just mentioned traffic, but in any kind of digital business platform, you've got to have traffic, right? If you don't have traffic, then it's really kind of ridiculous to think that you're ever going to get anywhere with it, right? Because then you're just ending up, shouting into the void. But the purpose of your platform funnel is to serve as that central place to send traffic to, in addition to your funnels. But you have to be able to get exposure to your content, and you have to be able to build your audience and tell your story. And you do that when you win traffic. So I'm not going to try to rewrite what's already been done by Russell. He's got the Traffic Secrets book that he's just released. So as a reference, I would certainly send you to that. Ways that you can learn to generate tons of traffic. There's nothing that I can say here that is going to be better or more detailed than what he's teaching you there. Just go buy that book and you're going to be off to a good start as far as all that stuff is concerned. But as so far as what we're talking about here is, a crucial pillar, right? Pillars hold up your structure. In order for your digital online business structure to survive, you have to have traffic, right? You have to be able to win people into the beginning of your funnel to build know, like, and trust with you over time.
Sure.
All right. Pillar number 6 is the ability to convert that traffic. So, early in my days of learning how to do this stuff, I used to think that if I build it, they'll come, right? I didn't know anything about copywriting. I didn't know anything about direct response copywriting. I didn't know anything about hooks or stories or any of that kind of stuff. But today in 2020, it is an absolutely essential piece to any online business, is the ability to convert that traffic. So this is where copywriting comes in a huge way. You have to learn about how to write good hooks. You got to learn how to persuade people when you're talking to them, and then be able to generate excitement and then validate their concerns as far as what their concerns are when they enter and they're coming into contact with platform and with your sales funnels, right? You want to alleviate their fears, and you want to communicate value and tell them and teach them and help them to understand how the things that you are offering them from a content perspective and from a product and services perspective can deliver value to them and help them to make a shortcut or to take a fast lane approach to getting to wherever they're trying to go faster. You have to be able to deliver that value.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, and then finally, pillar number 7, I've alluded to this throughout because all of these things are interchangeable, but the biggest and most important thing for all of this is that you have to have a community and you have to have an audience, right? You need to be building your list. You need to be working on finding out ways to get people onto your list. I remember at Funnel Hacking Live, and I know he's said it numerous times, but Russell has said that if all of his businesses were to go belly up today, he would be fine so long as he had his list, right?
Absolutely.
So you've always got to be working on building that list. And then in that list, you need to be working on building that know, like, and trust factor. People need to get to know who you are. They need to learn how to trust you, and they really ultimately need to like you, right? So you want to be building this. And again, your community sits at the cornerstone of all of your online efforts. So this is like, kind of the 35,000 foot overview for these 7 different pillars, right? If you've got these 7 different pillars for your online business in place, you are going to be in the fast lane to success with your online business. If you're missing something, you definitely need to be figuring out ways of how you can resolve those problems so that you can build up in that particular area so you can build your business.
Right.
All right. So what I want to go back to is to spend a little bit more time talking about the platform funnel itself. And really, everything that you do starts with a single website. And what I mean by that is you have to have a place out there online that you call home that is, something that, if, for instance, if you're a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
I've seen this happen a lot over the last several months with various different YouTubers with various different perspectives coming from all kinds of different points of view that have their channel flagged and get their channel taken down, right? So they end up in a situation where their money-making ability completely evaporates because YouTube has blacklisted them.
True.
That is not ever a place that you want to be in. When you have a platform funnel in place, though, you have the ability to pivot quickly and redeploy your videos on your website. You can put the raw files on your website, or you can use another video provider to do that. It's about having control and being able to continue to get your message out there in a place that you control. So, but also just as important to that, as important as being in control is, you need a place where you control, where you can tell your story, and where your audience that you're building can go and learn from you, right? They want building know, like, and trust. They can read your blog post, they can read your post. Yeah, you can see it on Facebook, but you need to have a central place, because what happens when people go and Google your name, your Facebook post that you wrote that was 500 or 1,000 words, this insanely valuable post with all of the emojis and the and the great writing, that's not going to come up in the search results. But you put that into your you take that same post and put it on your website, then that has the ability to get indexed. It has the ability to build links. People can link back to it. You can link to it from your other sources, and it gives you that place that you control. but it also gives you the ability to showcase your specialized knowledge. So not everybody on Facebook, if you're doing the organic marketing thing, is going to be all that interested in seeing that, this stuff from you, especially if you're doing the 365 challenge that comes, as part of the One Funnel Away challenge.
Mhm.
You, you need to be publishing, and you need to have a place where you can really showcase your knowledge and how you can really help others to reach their goals, right?
Exactly.
And then from there, again, you've got the ability to branch out from there and take your business online through your sales funnels, and um, and give people some validation, and set their fears, or calm their fears, as you are able to do that through this central hub from which you're building, off of all these spokes. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Awesome. All right. So, the bottom line, one of the most important parts of uh, your platform funnel is, the bottom line is, you have to have a central place for your brand that you own and control. We've already said that. It's not Facebook, it's not Twitter, it's not Instagram or Pinterest. Those are all spokes off of which your central hub can flow, but you need this one place that you can control all of those various different things.
Yeah.
So, and the thing that you're building here really is, it's not just a website. You're building your personal brand. And think about the big personal brands in this space that we're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Larson is a brand, right? He's the
Yeah.
capitalist pig,
Yes.
right? If you go to stevejlarson.com, there, that's his platform funnel or funnel hub.
Yeah.
Pat Flynn and smartpassiveincome.com.
Yeah.
He is a brand. He's a known entity, as I like to call him. Russell calls him the attractive character. I've been referring to these people as personal brands, as known entities. They're just people and names that you associate with different things, and that's what you're building with your platform funnel.
Yeah.
Michael Hyatt, obviously a personal brand. Amy Porterfield also is a brand herself. So it's very important for you, when you're trying to start to make inroads and start to leave a dent in the digital marketing world, that you're building this, right?
Yeah.
And we already talked about this for the most part. It gives you a home base that you can use to engage your audience on ground that you control, where you can tell your story, you can document your progress,
Yeah.
and where you can teach from.
Yeah.
So that's really the most important part of this. If you've got any questions, I would love to hear them. But if you want to learn more about this, I'm building resources at this website address here. It's platformfunnelbuilders.com, and you can go there, and I've got some free resources for you there that will help you to learn more about what's involved with creating your own platform funnel, and what you can do to start taking the next steps there. And if you want to get connected with me, you've got my website address here. This is my own platform funnel is at robor.net. And if you want to connect with me on any of the social platforms, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. I'm pretty much, wherever there is a popular social platform, I'm there. So I would love to be able to connect with you in any of those places. So anyway, I know that's kind of a real high level overview, but this is something that's really vital. I think that it will definitely put you in the fast lane if you're just getting started with trying to build your online business. If you focus on these 7 things, it's going to do wonders for your business and helping you accelerate and grow and build your business. I've used all of these 7 different things for businesses that I've worked with, from big HMO companies to just getting started bloggers. These are the things that are common to all of these different types of businesses, and you got to do them well in order to be successful online. And I've been able to help a lot of people do this stuff. So anyway, that's what I've got for you today. Vamsi, I really appreciate you bringing me on here to talk about this stuff.
Appreciate your time, Rob, because a lot of people, especially in the digital marketing world or in the marketing world in general, WordPress is something that they encounter at some point in their career, whether they
Right,
started off with, or they probably, after looking at different resources, they are now looking at WordPress. So, understanding WordPress as a tool that they can really use it to the
yeah,
fullest, because it's not just a page builder, it's not just a place where you can host your blog, it's
right,
not something that talks about your product and services, it's a complete package by itself. So coming from a person like you who has built various websites, hundreds of websites for your clients in the last 15 years, I think you are always there as a part of this summit. So I'm sure people who are watching this right now would have got some of the key takeaways from the 7 pillars that you're talking. And platform funnels or funnel hub is a concept that I'm also hearing for the first time. So I'm sure people would realize the importance of making their website not just a digital asset in the online world, but really using it to the fullest, putting out their content, and also understand that this is an
yep,
asset that they really have to spend time on building, and not really their, yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all of this is important. But I think, as you rightly mentioned, as one of the pillars, it's very important that all your content is centralized in one place, which is basically your platform funnels. And I'm sure a lot of people would want to learn more from the free resource that you're going to set up there. And people would probably will be able to learn from some of those resources and implement them in their own websites.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And I didn't talk too much about WordPress specifically, but WordPress absolutely is the easiest way to do this, right? WordPress is the industry standard for online platform building, whether you're building a blog or whether you're building a business website. You know, we've built, built all of that, right? We've built e-commerce, we've built blogs, we've built, websites for, businesses that are doing, 8 figures a year easily, using WordPress. And WordPress is absolutely the right tool to build your platform funnel on top of. So yeah, absolutely, it is more than a page builder, right?
Yeah.
It is far more than, what you can get from some of these various different tools. So I highly recommend it.
Great. Yeah. So I think I really don't have any questions, because your 7 pillars were simply simpler in terms of understanding, and very effective if they get implemented in their individual websites. So I just want to thank you so much for taking out your time. I know you have been super busy helping your clients with various WordPress stuff, but I appreciate you coming on my summit and sharing some of the valuable stuff. With perspective of the 7 pillars of digital marketing that you just presented.
Yeah, absolutely, Vamsi. Like I said, man, I'm really honored. I'm very thankful. I really appreciate you having me on.
Same here. And we'll have more sessions like this going forward. And thank you so much again.
Thank you.